But I want to begin by asking you, Zainab Sikandar, you looking at what's been happening around, you heard Kabir Bedi, he's accused the BBC documentary of being biased. He says the Supreme Court has already settled these issues. The BBC is trying to foment trouble in India.
The BBC is a channel of England, and if this was something done by an Indian channel, I would think that they are stakeholders. I don't understand how BBC would be a stakeholder in India. The bottom line is that the highest court of this country, the Supreme Court, has already, in very clear terms said that Prime Minister Modi, that time CM Modi, had nothing to do with the 2002 Gujarat riots. So I actually don't understand why this is being made so big in India, because when our apex court has already proclaimed Prime Minister Modi as being there having been no evidence against him for the Gujarat riots, I don't think, making the BBC documentary such a central point was a good idea. To be honest, I don't think many would have watched this documentary, but because now it's been banned and there's so much banter around it, more people are curious as to what has been shown. More articles are being written on what is being shown in it. So even if it's been banned, the content of it is being discussed. So I just think the banning was a bad move, because more people ended up knowing about it than we would have in general. I just think it was a very knee-jerk reaction. It didn't need the emergency ruling of the new IT laws. It was too soon an action from the Foreign Ministry, from the IT ministry. It didn't need so much of attention.
So
what actually the government has done is, yes, it is an
Okay.
overreaction. The government has brought more attention to this documentary than it would have ideally done.
Vaibhav Agrawal, why ban? Let it be broadcast. Let people decide. Why should government decide for the people? Or was this panic, overreaction, as Zainab Sikandar puts it?
Okay. Hi, Gaurav. Greetings to all the panel. Now, let me tell you this. I had thought of starting this differently, but I'm gonna. So I have these small chits of my points that I make whenever I come with you on the debate.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna ask you a small thing. We all remember Babri Masjid, right? When the Babri Masjid was whatever happened to it.
Okay.
And why did Congress did two things at that time. A, Congress actually invoked, and there was no IT law at that time, there was nothing at that time. Congress picked it up, pulled up the entire footage of Babri Masjid off the tracks. You've been there larger than I have been. So what did Congress do? And Congress hunted down the then journalists who shot the entire demolition, etc., etc. Nobody wants to ask that question. The journalists had covered 1984 riots. There's no documentary on that. The case itself is still running around. I don't know what, 1984, right? So where are we sitting? 24. So 30 years roughly. Yeah, maths. Yeah. So roughly 30 years now. Congress goes around saying, oh, it doesn't matter. Today, Ghulam Nabi Azad, Rahul Gandhi came back and said, I'm sorry if something happened. Doesn't want to take responsibility. Of course, he's the Scion. Of course, he's the Rajkumar. So let me tell you this. Why was it done? It's been done because the government has first-hand intelligence, as far as I understand, that this is for serving sinister objectives of particular people, particular section who wants to create unrest in the country.
Okay.
You know
Let
why?
me quickly get Zainab Sikandar to respond in 30 seconds before I bring in our other guests. So you are saying that the same has been done had been done even earlier. Zainab Sikandar, the intent is to ensure it doesn't lead to a communal flare-up and there are no more riots. Zainab Sikandar, quick response, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah, I respect that it is, the intent is that there should be no flare-up. But please understand, the people of India have voted in BJP so that they act differently from the Congress. So if Vaibhav ji is trying to say that, the Congress did this, the whole point of BJP being in power is them being different from the Congress. So if emergency laws are being used right now, to ban a documentary, then they can't, say that, oh, Indira Gandhi did this, and, then the Congress can also say she used the emergency for the benefit of the nation. The benefit of the nation is such a loose term. What I'm trying to say is BJP came to power saying we will be different from the Congress. So let's not cite Congress as an example and what they did in '84 or what they did during Babri Masjid.